we are going to discuss what are carbon nanotubes, how they are classified, and the special features or peculiar properties. The carbon nanotubes were discovered in the year 1991 by a Japanese physicist Sumio Iijima while working at Nippon Electric Company Fundamental Research Laboratory, Tokyo, Japan. Carbon nanotubes are cylindrical large molecules consisting of a hexagonal arrangement of hybridized carbon atoms which may be formed by rolling up a single sheet of graphene, which is called single-walled carbon nanotubes, or by rolling up multiple sheets of graphene, which is called multi-walled carbon nanotubes. These long, thin, hollow cylinders have very small diameter of the order of nanometer. They are one of the allotropes of carbon. It is made up of network of carbon atoms with the basic unit having 6 carbon atoms in ring configuration. Carbon nanotubes are widely used in electronic industry, space technology, and in paper batteries. There are two types of carbon nanotubes: single-walled carbon nanotubes and multi-walled carbon nanotubes. The carbon nanotubes can be prepared as single-walled or multi-walled, having coaxial tubes of different radii. Depending on the growth parameters, the deposition process results in either in the formation of single-walled or multi-walled nanotubes. First, single-walled carbon nanotubes. A single-walled carbon nanotube consists of a graphene layer rolled into a cylinder with a diameter ranging from 0.4 to 3 nanometer, which is about 1 lakh times smaller than the width of a human hair. Depending on the orientation of the tube axis with respect to the hexagonal lattice, the structure of a nanotube can be completely specified through its chiral vector. 3 types of nanotubes can be obtained depending on how the graphene plane is cut before being rolled up. They are armchair, zigzag, and chiral carbon tubes. Next one, multi-walled carbon nanotubes. Multi-walled carbon nanotubes were first reported by Sumio Iijima in carbon chute made by an arc discharge method. About 2 years later, he discovered single-walled carbon nanotubes also. The multi-walled carbon nanotubes consist of multiple layers of graphene sheets rolled into a tubular shape with an interlayer spacing of about 0.34 nanometer and a diameter typically of the order of 10 to 20 nanometer. Differences between the single-walled and multi-walled carbon nanotubes. Single-walled carbon nanotubes made up of single layer of graphene. It can be easily twisted and it is more flexible. When the bulk synthesis is difficult as it requires proper controlled growth and appropriate atmospheric condition in catalysts like cobalt and nickel are required for synthesis. The purity is poor, the characterization is easy as it has a simple structure. The chance for the inclusion of defects during functionalization is more. Multi-walled nanotubes made up of multi-layers of graphene. It cannot be twisted easily. Bulk synthesis is very easy and it can be produced without any catalyst. Purity is high. The characterization is relatively more difficult when compared to single-walled carbon nanotube. Chance for the inclusion of defect is very less in multi-walled carbon nanotubes. Properties. Carbon nanotubes are 10 times stronger than steel. However, the density of the carbon nanotubes is only 1/4 of that of steel. The Young's modulus of carbon nanotubes is around 1 terapascal, which makes carbon nanotubes 10 times stronger than steel. They exhibit extraordinary mechanical properties. Carbon nanotubes have a high thermal capacity, hence it does not expand on heating like that of steel. Therefore, carbon nanotubes can be used for making aircraft material.